I am Mother Nature.
All I could think of is my science exhibit now.
So many options.
Hi everyone, my name's Kelsey.
And my name is Becky.
And we are the Sorry Girls.
And today we are bringing you some under the sea themed DIYs.
Yeah, where did this come from? Why were we inspired by this?
We were inspired by this because today we are working together on this video with Booby Ball.
Booby Ball. If you guys don't know, then you must be slightly new to our channel because every year we work with Booby Ball. We attend the Booby Ball. What is Booby Ball?
So if you don't know what it is, it's a giant party put on by Rethink Breast Cancer to help raise support, funds, awareness for young women dealing with or affected by breast cancer.
Booby Ball always has a theme, guys. It's been like 80s, it's been Western.
Wild West.
And this year it's Ocean, which I love because it's just like the Little Mermaid movie is coming early. It's always a really fun party and we will definitely see you there at the Toronto party if you guys are attending this year. I know that most of the dates across Canada are 50% sold out, so make sure you get your tickets down below, but that is why we are tackling some into the sea, into the ocean inspired DIYs today.
Okay, so let's get into these DIYs.
So first up, we're gonna make a really fun DIY. It involves a plant, so we love it already. So what we're gonna be making is our take on these like jellyfish air plant DIYs. I don't know if you guys have seen these before, but I've seen them kind of all over the place at plant stores, online, on Pinterest, and it's my turn to make it. So I got a couple different things, a faux air plant this time, but you can definitely use a real one. Rolling pin, tin foil, seashell sand, a jar, because we're gonna put this whole thing in a jar, but you could also just hang it wherever you want to hang it. But the main part of this DIY is using some Sculpey oven baked clay. We tried to find a sea urchin shell, and that's what a lot of these like jellyfish air plants are made out of, but we couldn't find one. If you find one, then you can kind of skip this whole step, but we're gonna be making our own today. So first up, I'm going to be taking my oven baked clay and just rolling it into a kind of ovally ball. Once I have it to the right size, I'm taking my air plant and I'm just sticking it up the middle to see A, how it's all looking together, and B, to make a hole for me in the middle of my sea urchin shell. And before I baked it, I just made sure that it would fit inside my jar since this is gonna hang inside. So then I went ahead and popped it into the oven. Follow the directions on your clay. We took about 20 minutes to make this, and when it was done, I made sure it was cool and I propped it onto another jar just so that I could paint it, because sea urchin shells have little dots like all around the edges. So I just took some kind of like 3D paint that I had. You can use hot glue gun or anything that you have that will dry in kind of like a 3D little dot. So with my vase, I am adding some sand in the bottom because the jellyfish lives on the beach. Also, story time with Kelsey, I actually got a jellyfish sting. You can't really see it anymore.
Did someone pee on your arm?
No, nobody peed on my arm because I did a Google search and I was like, I don't think that's gonna help me. But when I was in Italy a couple years ago, I got a jellyfish sting. It hurt a lot and then it like swolled up and then like scabbed. The vlog fam will remember that happening. But anyways, this is a non-stinging jellyfish. And we actually picked up some shells from the thrift store and sprinkled those in as well. I'm going to head downstairs and try to find a stick because I need something to hang my jellyfish air plant off of that will go across the top. I need kind of like a driftwood, even though we're in Toronto. Let's go down to the parking lot and see if we can find like this, but bigger. I got it. I don't even think I need to paint it. It's so cute. I love it. Screw this one. Okay, we found literally the perfect stick. It's so cute and weathered and I love it. And now it's time to assemble this all. So to put this all together, I first took a piece of small string and folded it in half and then put the bottom ends through that hole I made in my jellyfish. And once that was through, I just took and looped my jellyfish through itself to kind of get it looped around and onto the stick. And then I took my air plant, I just cut the stem a little bit because it doesn't need to be that long. And then I just kind of loosely tied it around the top little branches of the air plant. So this way, if you're using a real air plant, this is how you can do it to keep it safe. You don't need to like glue it in or do anything yucky like that. You can just like loosely tie it in. And then all you need to do is put it on top of your container. And since ours is on an angle, I did glue down the stick, which if this was real, it'd make it a little bit hard to take it out and like water it or spritz it. If you are using a real air plant, I would probably just use like a flat top vase. And then that way you can just like rest the stick on, lift it out. You don't even have to put it in a vase. You can just like hang this You can do big ones too. Air plants can get like really big. So imagine one that's like this big, be awesome. I feel like it'd be the perfect like beach souvenir DIY. You know how you always like, you get like the little cup of sand and then sometimes you take some shells. Well, I know that you should leave all of those things where you found them. But if this is your own personal cottage maybe, or something, and you have the sand and the seashells, like this is like a nice way of doing that instead of like on a shelf. It's like, Monty, go away. This is so much cuter. I hope you guys like this DIY because I think this turned out so cute.
Okay, so next up, I'm gonna show you how to make this super gorgeous faux coral centerpiece or shelf decor, whatever you'd like it to be. And this is so easy to DIY yourself because the funnest part of making this is gonna actually be using simple spray foam. I'm gonna show you two methods, one that's a bit more colorful and maybe good for a centerpiece or a party or an event you might be getting tickets to, and the other version is gonna be a little more simple, more muted. So to make these, I'm doing them on top of wax paper, and I'm actually laying out some wooden dowels that I can stick into my base when I go to assemble this thing after. I'm kind of just going with whatever I feel like looks the most like coral, but do remember that this expands a poop ton. Make your design a lot simpler than you think because it's gonna get big and puffy. And after all my corally shapes are done, I'm making sure to just spray out basically a giant blob of foam that will harden to act as like a rocky coral base that I can build my whole centerpiece on top of. So while my spray foam sets, we need to let it cure for a couple hours. I'm gonna move on to the next part, and that is this awesome hack of using craft store flowers as more coral reef. And I found this from a blog, which we can link below because it was so genius. She shows multiple different pieces and how they can be painted to look like coral. So all you need to do is go to the craft store and just find flowers that already sort of have that coral vibe. Like this little one already looks like some sort of sea plant. Oh, my sea plant's falling apart. But what we want to do is just make sure that we spray paint them a color that matches the scheme so they look more like coral and less like flowers. So since I'm going to be doing two versions, I'm going to start by splitting these up into the ones I want to keep for my color pro pile and the ones I want to keep for my neutral pile, and then go ahead and spray paint them. So my spray painted flowers are colorful and actually look so much more like coral now. I think it's because there's not a different color for the stems. They're all one color, which makes them look a lot more like coral. And my spray foamy corals are done too. They turned out so good, especially this one is my fave. He's so funny with the pointy edges. So the next thing I need to do is spray paint these as well so that they are also in fun coral colors. Okay, so these are all of my different coral pieces, all painted and beautiful. So the very last step is just to assemble it. So if you guys remember, we made this little rock base, which it's pretty much like a styrofoam consistency, so it'll be really easy to just stick things into the way you would like floral foam. So that's gonna be the plan, is just put all my coral pieces into this and arrange them into a beautiful coral centerpiece. And just to show maybe a little bit more of a more practical use and less party decor use, I made a simpler version of this doing the same techniques on smaller pieces and painting them all white. And when I assembled them, I put them together in this little glass cloche. You guys, I'm shook to my core. I'm shook to my Mariana's Trench with how cute these turned out, and they were so easy to do. It's just a little bit of playing around with some spray foam, and honestly, the painting of the things really brought it together. Honestly, you guys, like, I thought that this one might end up a little bit more like party decor, but no lie, I would have this in my house. It's so cute. Especially the white one too is so beautiful. So guys, get creative with your spray foam and your craft store flowers this weekend. Make yourself some sweet coral because it's so fun to do.
So next up, as we know, hair accessories are very cute. Clips, much love. And we figured out a way to make these ocean inspired. It's really just a way to bring a trend into the ocean. So you guys have probably seen like the pearl clips. So we're gonna do some pearl little bobby pins that are gonna act as a beautiful accessory to any kind of like updo or like pull back hair. Now I'm going to pin them to a piece of paper just so that they're easier to glue. Funny story about bobby pins. We won a contest. We were doing a brand deal with Old Navy. It was like one of our first brand deals. We were competing against 11th Gorgeous, and we were like competing up against them to make like a cute outfit. I think that one of the reasons why we won, we took bobby pins and like pinned them to the shirt, and we were like, oh, it's a DIY brooch. The host like loved that, and he was like, winner, TheSorryGirls, and we were like, okay. If you guys didn't know, I didn't know this for the longest time, but you're actually supposed to use your bobby pin like this way going into your hair so that the flat side is up. I know a lot of us do the flat side on the bottom and the bumpy side up, but it's supposed to be the other way. Apparently that's the best hold. And that's gonna be the best way for us to glue on our pearls. So we're gonna do the flat side up. Ariel is shaking in her fins right now. You can use them in braids, you can use them to do like just the half up, half down, just accessorize your hair. So cute, so many options. Make sure you guys are using #SorryGirlsSquad on Instagram because I wanna see your hairstyles that you create using these pearl DIYs. All right, thank you guys for tuning into today's video.
A reminder that if you want to come to the events, the ticket link is below in the description. The first one is in October.
Yeah, they're all in October and they're all across Canada. So grab your tickets, we'll see you there. It's honestly like such a fun party and the swag bags are almost better than the party.
And you might even see some of our DIYs there, which is so exciting.
That's true. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like.
And if you love it, make sure you sub it.
And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Welcome to the end slate. I wanted to give today's shout out to this bar top table recreation. I think they're probably inspired from our patio makeover once upon a time ago, but I'm loving this. It's a great way to make the use of your patio. Patio season's coming to the end, and so is this video. Make sure you use #SorryGirlsSquad and tag us on Instagram.